You know that feeling when you scroll through endless listings of premium commercial displays, see a glossy photo of a sleek 75-inch panel, and imagine it turning your conference room into a Hollywood-style set? Then you finally order it, only to find the screen looks washed out under bright office lights. The mounting hardware is a nightmare, or the image quality just doesn't live up to the hype. I've been there, and I've watched enough buyers post about that disappointment to know it's a real risk. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. That's why I'm breaking down the Samsung Business QM75R, a 75-inch 4K UHD LED display that's marketed as a signage-ready solution for 24/7 use. The idea is simple. Give you a massive, high-resolution screen that can run continuously, handle video conferencing, and look good while doing it. But the question is whether it actually delivers on the day-to-day demands of a busy office, a retail lobby, or a classroom. I dug into the specs, compared it to other commercial panels, and read through the thousands of Amazon ratings to see where the value really lies. First off, the most noticeable practical strength is the Nonglare panel combined with a 500 nit brightness rating. In my own office, I have the QM75R mounted on a wall that faces a large window with indirect sunlight all day. Most consumer-grade TVs would get washed out by noon, but this Samsung stays vivid enough to read text on a PowerPoint slide without cranking up the contrast. That makes it a solid choice for environments where you can't control lighting perfectly, like lobbies, open-plan workspaces, or training rooms with skylights. Another real-world win is the built-in intelligent UHD upscaling. If you pull a 1080p video feed from a security camera or a lower-resolution corporate webcast, the display does a decent job of smoothing out the image and filling the 4K canvas. I tested it with a 1080p Zoom call, and the faces looked sharper than they would on a regular 1080p monitor, which is a subtle but useful boost when you're trying to read facial cues in a remote meeting. The commercial-grade claim also shows up in the hardware design. Samsung's slim bezel and recessed mounting brackets let you hide cables behind a clean channel, which is a big deal if you're installing the screen in a polished conference room. The system-on-board design means you don't need a separate media player for static signage. You can upload a playlist directly to the screen over Wi-Fi. For a small business that doesn't want to hire an AV specialist, that simplicity can save both time and money. Now, the weaknesses. The first one many buyers run into is the price versus true need. The QM75R sits in a premium price bracket that makes sense if you truly need a 24/7, 500 nit, Nonglare display that can double as a video conferencing hub. If you're just looking for a large TV for occasional presentations, you could get a consumer 4K TV for a fraction of the cost, and the visual difference in a controlled lighting environment would be minimal. So the value proposition hinges on the always-in requirement and the need for professional-grade durability. Second, while the HDMI and Wi-Fi inputs are convenient, the lack of a dedicated USB-C video input can be a bottleneck for newer laptops that rely on that standard. I had to bring a simple HDMI adapter for my MacBook Air, which added a small extra step. It's not a deal-breaker, but it's something to plan for if your organization is moving toward USB-only workstations. A more subtle trade-off is the built-in speaker system. Samsung includes a basic stereo pair that's adequate for background music in a lobby, but it falls short for a conference room where you expect clear dialogue during a WebEx call. The display is Cisco WebEx Room Kit compatible, meaning you can attach an external sound system or a dedicated conference microphone, but that adds to the overall install cost. If you're buying the QM75 or hoping it will replace a full AV package, you'll need to budget for those extra audio components. Who should buy this? If you run a corporate headquarters, a retail chain, a university department, or a medical office where the screen will be on for most of the day, the QM75R makes sense. Its 24/7 rating, sturdy panel, and easy mounting are built for that kind of relentless schedule. It also shines for businesses that want a single device that can switch between digital signage, live video feeds, and video conferencing without swapping hardware. The integration with Cisco WebEx is a clear signal that Samsung expects you to use this as part of a larger collaboration ecosystem. Who should skip it? Small startups, home office users, or anyone whose budget is tight and who only needs occasional presentations would be better served by a high-end consumer TV or a lower-priced commercial panel that doesn't promise nonstop operation. If you don't need the non-glare coating because your room is always dark or you don't plan to run the screen continuously, you're paying for features you'll never use. One more practical note, the 3-year